When will you learn how to handle my thought, how to handle my emotion? We will give you tools, how to figure this machine out. Whatever the issue, we'll do our best, but this should not be the issue.
In life, there are many phases where we feel that we are depressed, we are lonely, and when everybody is against us and there is no one to, guide us or talk about it. So at that moment, how should we handle it or how should we deal with it?
See, this is an unfortunate condition that a whole lot of human beings are in their experience. In their personal experience, life is like me versus the universe. Being in competition with the universe is a stupid thing to do. That's not a competition you must get into. Hello? Me versus the universe is a bad competition to get into. Would you also agree with me? So, this is why yoga does not mean twisting and turning your body. The word yoga means union. Right now it's me versus the universe. This is just your psychological condition. This is not the reality. Even when you feel utterly lonely, are you still breathing? So you're transacting with the world, isn't it? Yes? You only can't get along with the people around you, but the atmosphere is okay with you, food is okay if it tastes good, water is okay. You have transaction with the world, isn't it? Your existence is constantly an engagement with the universe, but your mind becomes against the universe. If you create a psychological condition that you're against or you're in competition with the universe or the cosmos, obviously you will feel crushed for small things. Little things will crush you. When I say little things, maybe you failed your examination, maybe you got thrown out of this university, maybe you got fired from a job, maybe somebody ditched you, maybe something else like this happened. These are all small things between life and death. Because you came here with nothing, isn't it? When you die, there is no container service for you. You die with nothing. In spite of that, most people have turned their homes into warehouses. Most people are carrying such a huge baggage on their head as if they're carrying the whole universe on their head. This is their own psychological condition. Your thought and emotion is what you're talking about, right? Now you're going to figure out how to handle your thought and emotion. Not hers, not hers, not his, yours. When are you going to learn how to handle my thought and my emotion? At the end of your life? The only problem really with life is just this. Most human beings have taken themselves too seriously. They don't understand. You've seen on the computer screen these pop-ups? You are a pop-up on this planet. You pop up for 2 seconds and pop out. No, you must see, countless number of people like you and me have walked this planet. They were also big people. Where are they? All topsoil? Topsoil or no? Unless somebody, your friends decide to bury you real deep, fearing that you may rise from the dead. There have been such instances. Or maybe you're planning to go to heaven. Hello? Anybody who talks about a place other than this place, as a better place than this is a crime against humanity. My fundamental work is to destroy all heavens so that people will learn to live well here. All these idiots who made a hell out of themselves, they want to go to heaven. They made a mess out of this place and then they want to go to heaven. I'm asking you, do you have any proof? Do you have any proof that you are not already in heaven and messing it up? Do you have any proof? You're already in heaven, making a mess out of it. Yes, simply because you are not even learning how to handle your basic faculties of thought and emotion, isn't it? Your only justification is, everybody is like this only, that's how it is in a madhouse. That is how it is in a madhouse, only a doctor looks crazy. So when are you going to handle it? Slowly, at the age of 60? I'm asking. When will you learn how to handle my thought, how to handle my emotion, how to handle my body, how to handle my chemistry? When are you going to figure this? At the end of your life? Because this culture has grown, when to do spirituality means when you're 70, when you're no good for anything else. No, at the earliest possible time, whatever is most profound about you, not about heavens, about this life, everything that you need to know, you must know soonest, isn't it? Only then you will live a sensible life. Okay, if I tell you a joke, you won't get offended. Because this is the most serious crowd I've ever seen in the last few years. How many of them are journalism? Most of them? Okay. This happened. Shankaran Pillai, when he was in Paris, was married to a French woman. One day, it was their anniversary, first anniversary. So she invited a bunch of friends and she wanted to cook something really fresh, everything fresh. So from morning, she was driving him to this market, that market, he got this fresh vegetables, fresh meat, fresh chicken, this, that, everything. Then in the evening she said, because the French have this, snail appetizer, she said, go to the beach and get some snails, fresh, and I will make some appetizer for all the friends who are coming. So Shankaran Pillai went to the beach and he was picking up all the snails and putting it in a bucket. Then he met an old friend, an Indian guy. They hit it off and they were talking about their old times. He just forgot that he's married. You know, when you meet old friends, it happens. And both of them went to a bar and they had a few drinks and he just forgot. Then he realized, then the snails were just climbing out and one snail fell out of the bucket. He realized, oh my God, I'm supposed to take these snails, my wife, French wife, she's waiting. So he said, I need to go, and he went. By then it was already very late. He went, he knew it's not going to be pleasant. So he came near the house and spilled all the snails on the ground, threw away the bucket and went and knocked on the door. The French fury came. He turned back and said, come on you guys, we're almost there, come on, let's go. So, when are you going to pick your snails and put them in the bucket and fix them? Huh? Your problems, you must fix them, isn't it? These are not problems. I want you to understand, you are not suffering your life. You're only suffering two fantastic faculties that only… It's a privilege of being human that we have these two fantastic faculties. One is, we have a vivid sense of memory. This is because of this memory our life is so rich, unlike any other creature. And we have a fantastic sense of imagination. Now, this is what you're suffering. What happened 10 years ago, you can still suffer. Why? Are you suffering life or memory? Hello? Memory. Memory. What may happen day after tomorrow, you're already suffering? Are you suffering life or imagination? Two most fantastic faculties you have, you're suffering. So what are you asking for? You want to become once again an earthworm. An earthworm is a very eco-friendly creature, I have nothing against it. But it took millions of years of evolution to get you this size of brain, and now you're suffering it. If we take away half your brain, of course you will sit there without any anxiety, without any suffering, peacefully. What we need is, we need to remove your brain, because you are suffering your own intelligence. Yes or no? Because we gave you a very complex machine, you have not bothered to read even the user's manual. You want to just blunder around. No, young people, it's time you figure out a few things about you. If you don't know how, we will give you tools, how to figure this machine out. Because in your life, many issues will come. More issues come up in your life means you're living a more active life. Nothing came up means you're not living. Yes? Lots of issues every day. I have the maximum number of trouble going on in my life on a daily basis. Because so much of activity around the world, global level of activity only with volunteers, okay? Volunteers means nobody is qualified for the job and you can't fire them for inefficiency and they love you, what to do? This one thing you must fix, that is, in your life, you are not the issue, okay? Whatever the issue, we'll do our best, but this should not be the issue.
This question is from Mimi. Namaskaram Sadhguru. In the last few weeks you have been speaking about making home a sweet home to live in. However, home cannot be sweet for many who are victims of domestic violence and cannot escape anywhere.
This is a man complaining or a woman?
Mimi.
Huh?
Mimi, M-I-M-I.
Okay.
Looks like a woman.
Sounds like…
In Lebanon, the number of victims have increased by 100% since March 2019, and the same is happening across the world after the lockdown. How can we help them in these difficult days, and what can they do to survive this period?
Domestic violence, I thought it could be a man because these days women are more fit than men. So I thought it's the man complaining, but it's still a woman, unfortunately. Well, so this is what we are trying to change, this is what the world is trying to change. Because a woman or a female human being has certain biological responsibilities in terms of bringing us all forth here. Because of that, there were certain social handicaps which evolved over a period of time. These handicaps have been exploited too harshly in many societies, almost everywhere, but not everybody, but everywhere it's happened. In some places it has religious backing, in some places it's free enterprise. To dominate and exploit a woman, individual people will always do. I want you to understand, it's not just about a woman. Individual people have a tendency to exploit anybody who is little weaker than them. Well, people all over the world, this used to happen, fortunately it's come down considerably now. When we were growing up, also, every day at the school, you can get beaten for something or the other almost every day. Why are you beating a child? Simply because they're smaller than you.
You even had sayings, spare the stick and spoil the child, something, something. So you are not beating them because you know something better. You are not beating them because you have evolved and they are unevolved and you're going to hasten evolution with a stick. Simply they're smaller than you. How come when they grow up you don't beat them? Because now you know the consequence. So similarly, they're not necessarily beating somebody because they are women. They're beating them because they're physically weaker. Compared to a man, little smaller and weaker, generally. So this exploitation of anybody who's weaker than you, either physically, financially, socially, whichever way, if you're a little weaker, you get rubbed around. You know, once I was… there was some kind of assembly near… in Malanadu, that's near Shivamogga, in the Western Ghats. There's some camp there and this way back I'm talking. Some little yoga thing going on and they wanted me to come there and spend a day with them. So I went. Naturally, my mode of transport was always a motorcycle at that time, I went there. Those days, the 250cc single-stroke machine was a big motorcycle. Today, when I park it next to what I have today, it looks like a joke, but that day it was a big motorcycle. On the road, it was the fastest thing on the road. So I went there and some other people were there who were serving that place. So on a little Luna, there used to be one little machine called Luna, kinetic thing. So on this Luna, this guy goes to purchase some vegetables from a faraway place and comes because this is in a remote jungle. And then he was coming with all these bags and some truck was going and truck pushed him off the road. So he fell down and little damage. No big damage, but some damage, some skin lost, no bones. So he came and he was saying what happened and because I didn't have power, he pushed me like this. On the road, you must always have some power. I said, not just road, just about anywhere. If you don't have power, they'll push you around. Unfortunately, the world has become like this. This is why a spiritual space is very important, where people are not seen for their strength, people are not seen for their physical strength or financial strength or something else like that, but people are valued just for what they are. We need to build a society like this. This violence within the house, I know a whole lot of people are trying to address it like it's a man-woman problem. It's not a man-woman problem, this is man versus anything problem. Anything that's weaker than you, if it's very small, you will stamp it out. It's little big, you throw stones at it. If it's little bigger, you take a stick and beat it. Just about anything. Why did people go about just shooting whatever they saw, wild animals and stuff like that? Not always for food. If they had just shot for food because of their survival, that's a different matter. Most of the animals were shot simply for pleasure because they can't shoot back at you. So, you shoot a buffalo because it can't shoot back at you, you beat a child because he can't beat you back, you beat a woman because she can't beat you back. So, this is on everywhere, but today women have choices. It's time we must make those choices. We can't fix everything right away, but all of you who have children, empowering the girl child in your house is the most important thing. Empowerment does not mean she should become the exploiter from tomorrow. Empowerment is this, that you have no need to exploit anybody. That is empowerment. A human being is truly empowered that if I sit here, I feel wonderful by myself. I don't have to have 10 people beneath me for me to feel great. This is empowerment. This empowerment has to happen means you have to look at the spiritual process, the whole world. Spiritual process does not mean looking up, looking down. It's about turning inward and getting in touch with the essential nature of who we are. If we don't touch that, we will be like every other animal. This happened one day. A lion was walking in the forest and he was feeling like this man in the domestic violence scene. Little strutting around, thinking like that. He saw a fox, he caught him and he said, "Hey, who is the king of the forest?" Fox, you know how? "Oh, my lord, you are not only king of the forest, you are the king of the universe." He felt little more, it got puffed up, and then he was strutting around. Then he saw a leopard, caught him. "Who is the king of the forest?" He shivered because he is not a match for the lion. He said, "No, no, you are definitely the king of the forest, there is no two ways about it. If I had two choices, it would be you and you." Then he was feeling really wonderful, even a leopard is shivering in front of him. And he came to a little opening, there he saw a huge tusker standing. And he roared, "Who is the king of the forest?" The tusker, without a word, put his trunk out, picked him up, twirled him around and thrashed him on the ground. With his back hurting very badly, "You could have just told me." The tusker said, "But I had to make my point." So this problem, that wherever you find somebody who is little weaker than you, physically, financially, socially, politically, you want to rub them in. This is very animalistic. It's okay for the animal kingdom, not okay for human beings.
Aura is the subtle manifestation of everything that you are. If you look at one's aura, you clearly know his physical health, his mental health, his karmic structure, in a way his past and present, if he's stupid, even his future. Yes, only if you're stupid we can tell your future, otherwise we can only tell your past. Yes. So, aura is a certain manifestation of yourself, a subtler manifestation than the physical body. Keeping it clean is good. Is keeping your body clean good? Even if you don't understand, somebody sitting next to you understands that it's good. It's good to keep your body clean. It's good to keep your mind clean. It's good to keep everything that is you clean. Because I'm not trying to teach you sanitation. What I'm saying is, if we want to do something with anything, first thing is we purify. If you want to take anything to a higher possibility, first thing is to purify. Without purification, you cannot do anything better than the way it is right now. So, purifying your body and your mind, for this we've taught you many methods, practices, food, this, that, so many aspects to keep your body and mind clean. Aura is a manifestation, it's not a presence by itself. But if you're doing sadhana and if you're improving your system, what you manifested yesterday or what you manifested 10 years ago may be still hanging around you and not allowing you to become what you want to be. So that can be cleansed. Have you noticed that when you have a shower or a bath, as we say in India, which is not a dip but pouring of water over your body, when you let water go over you, you're not just cleaning the physical self, that is, you're not just cleaning the skin. Something else also gets cleaned. Let's say you're feeling very angry, agitated and all kinds of things happening within you, you just go have a shower and come out, you feel all the nonsense kind of washed off. So, a shower is not just about cleaning the skin of your body, you can cleanse the aura to some extent because what you call as body is a manifestation or a play of fire elements. So you can give yourself a water bath. You can similarly give yourself a wind bath. You must see this. Suppose there's a gentle breeze flowing, you just went and stood like this. Suppose you wear thin clothes and simply stand like this. After some time you feel… Have you noticed that? Have you noticed this? You feel so clean and you want to feel like transparent and you want to fly away. Wind can do that. It should be just of the right velocity and feel and temperature and everything. If it's right, you will see wind just cleanses you. Wind bath. We can also give you a mud bath. You know, if you go to the rejuvenation center, they're giving you a mud bath. Similarly, we can give you a fire bath. So what's being done in the temple is a fire bath because, you know, she's Bhairavi. You just give yourself a fire bath, of course you can't pour it over your body. You just touch the aura of your body in a certain way. There are certain patterns running in your aura. Along the tracks, you run the fire, you will see suddenly you'll feel bright and clear. You know this, people from Indian origin, you clearly know this in your homes. Your grandmothers were taking off drishti for you. Aura cleansing. Maybe some of your grandmothers knew how exactly to do it. Some of them didn't know, with ignorance they did simply something. If it's properly done, it'll work wonderfully well. If it's simply done somehow, still works partially. Any number of times people might have noticed, children are sick, they just do little fire bath, suddenly they're fine. Have you noticed this? Because it's just a fire bath and it does things to the system. So, what is being given in the temple as klesha nashana kriya, that means a process which destroys impurities, is In English, aura cleansing is to take away the impurities from the aura so that the body breathes better and feels better in terms of health, well-being, mental balance, everything. The neem, they used only the leaf on you. I think they should have used the stick. The neem stick is good, you know. It awakens lots of people. In India, if you are acting little funny and possessed, they can beat the devil out of you with the neem stick. Neem is a very cleansing thing. If you're eating the morning ball, you know your stomach will be clean. If you have any kind of infection stuff in this country, they would always put you on a bed of neem leaf because it's a great cleanser of the system and a great energizer. So, the leaf has tremendous medicinal properties and very strong pranic reverberations and it's bitter enough to get the devil out of you. When nations across the world, almost without exception, fortunately, Europe was not going that way after World War II, but now once again they're going that way. Almost every nation has invested enormous amount of money in building and stockpiling arms, armaments, bombs, missiles, smart bombs. I don't know how a bomb can be smart, it's the dumbest thing to do. It is the dumbest thing to do. See, at least if I pick a fight with you with a sword or a stick or something, there is some crude animalistic pleasure attached. 1,000 people are sitting here, you just drop a bomb, all of them died. I don't know what is smart about that. I cannot understand this. But they are talking about smart bombs, where they're saying from 2 miles in the sky, they can drop the bomb into your house through the window. They're very proud of this. So this is not one nation, across the world, all right? So all of us as people, were we all thinking, all these bombs are being kept for entertainment, for display, or it's artwork, what did you think? One day it will be used. Yes or no? It has to be used somewhere. The question is on whom. The question is not whether it will be used or not. The question is just where and on whom, isn't it? So when it is piling up, we are all okay with it. In every movie, there is no movie without a bomb or at least a smashed face. We are all enjoying it. When it really happens, we say, oh, we're shocked, we're shocked. It doesn't work like that, life. This is why I'm telling you about the soil. Will you grieve after the disaster? Or will you be that generation will turn the disaster around? This is all the choice we have, because this is our time on the planet. How we do our life is our life, isn't it? So, wars are almost inevitable because economies are built on war. Without war, a lot of people cannot survive. The largest industry on the planet is arms and armaments. How will you not use it? If I am making guns and bullets and I sell it to you and you don't shoot a single bullet, I'm disappointed with you. Hello? This happened, I was at the World Economic Forum. At that time, the Sudanese war was going on, you know, terrible war. Over 2,600,000 people died, out of which 50% were children below 6 years of age. Can you beat it? 130,000 children die in one war. So, at that time, some, movie stars and others are going there and carrying one. An African child is always a trophy. You carry this child and take photo ops and all this is happening. And they showed a video where all these militants or soldiers or whatever you want to call them, they're just going in these pickup trucks, simply shooting at the sky, okay? I said, see, these guys, if I have a fight with you, at least I need to shoot you. If I'm shooting the sky, that means I have abundant supply of bullets, isn't it? Abundant supply. Otherwise, I won't be shooting the clouds. If I'm fighting a war, when I shoot, I want somebody to die. Yes or no? Hello? I'm not going to shoot at the sky, but they're shooting at the sky with automatic weapons continuously. I said, see, somebody is supplying them plenty, all right? Otherwise, nobody will shoot at the sky. I said, there are 62 industries in the world who manufacture that caliber of bullet. I will give you the addresses. Will you go and lock them up? No. You will go to the war zone and pick up a child and do drama. All you need to do is, if you take away the bullets, once that runs out, maybe they will hack each other, but you can't kill that many hacking, at least. If you can't transform the human being, at least you must defang him, isn't it? Hello? Yeah, defang means you take away his teeth at least. If transformation is possible, fantastic. If that is not possible, at least his empowerment you should bring it down, isn't it? So, we have no intent of stopping the war, let's be clear about that. When it happens to us or when it happens close to us, we will cry. When it's happening somewhere else, it's drama. This inhuman attitude towards war and to killing and the suffering that other people go through we must come out of that. Because most evil things have happened not necessarily because of evil intentions, simply apathy. You sleep through life. Is sleeping a crime? Hello? Is sleep a crime? Hello? No, sleep is a good thing. But if you sleep through your life is a disaster. That is what is happening to the world, both in terms of soil, both in terms of… and in terms of war. This is what is happening, we sleep through. After World War II, we formed League of Nations, we made United Nations. The idea was never again such wars will happen, right? Not just for Europe, for the whole world, never again it'll happen. But since then, how many wars? Actually, if you look at it, there's not been a single day's break on this planet after World War II without at least a battle going on somewhere. So, we have issues, we have economic issues, we have property issues, we have issues, all right? This is the idea of setting up a United Nations, that we will fight with our words and solve our problems. We are not in such a la-la land that we don't have any issues, we have issues. We genuinely have issues, isn't it? That two sets of people believe this is it, that is it, there. But this is the idea of setting up a platform which would solve problems. What has happened? We have pushed it to the side and doing what we want to with each other. So, 20th century, 21st century when it began, everybody said, this is 21st century, this is the age of information, this is technology, this, that, no wars. Tell me how many wars in 21st century? How many nations have been destroyed in 21st century?
Many.
Too many. Too many for 22 years, isn't it?
So how do we wake up?
See, these are things that you can't turn around overnight, but first thing is, within your hearts, your anger and hatred must go. I must tell you this. I used to attend a lot of world peace conferences at one time. For about 2 years, 2.5 years, I attended a lot of international conferences. Then I saw, for a whole lot of people, this conference hopping itself is a profession, they're making a living out of it. I'm the only idiot sitting there thinking we are working for world peace. So I was in a very prominent conference, 42 Nobel laureates were participating and a few ex-heads of state and all that stuff. Because when they're head of state, they will do war, after they retire, they will talk peace. This has been the way of the world. So, I was here and this is the third day afternoon. One particular Nobel laureate, it's his turn to speak and after that I'm speaking. So he came up and this podium is a little exposed, a proper big podium, the wooden thing. So he went and stood behind that and he opened his file. He looked down, he never lifted up his head up, he read 42 pages. And I was sitting in the front row trying to grasp every word. I'm watching every page, 42 pages he flipped. Then I look around, the hall is absolutely peaceful. Because everybody, except the security and a few staff who are standing, everybody has fallen asleep. Then I thought, this is world peace for sure. Then my turn to speak came and I said, see, in the last 3 days I've heard so many bombastic speeches about creating world peace. But I'm asking you sincerely, how many of you can place your hand on your heart and say, your mind is peaceful? Because if your mind is not peaceful, if you can't make your mind peaceful, making the damn world peaceful is out of question. Because what you are seeing in the world is a larger manifestation of what's happening in human minds, isn't it? If there are no human beings on this planet, world is peaceful, isn't it? So then I inquired why in the afternoon session everybody has fallen asleep uniformly. There was a certain unity about it, except me and a reader, he's not a speaker, a reader. Everybody has fallen asleep. Then I asked, what happened? He said, no, Sadhguru, yesterday evening there was a Bacardi festival. Oh, free drink. So everybody became peaceful.
So,
that was the last World Peace Conference I went to.
so let us make the wish to make our minds peaceful globally, and I think Olga wants to…
No, this is the whole thing. We can't make everybody's mind peaceful. You can make yours peaceful, I can make mine peaceful, she can make hers peaceful, this is the only way it works. This is the problem. We talk about a world, we talk about a society, we talk about a humanity. No, all these are just vocabulary. There are only human beings. If this one and this one does not solve their problems, the world's problems are never gone. It will manifest in so many ways.
What is your definition of national? Because it has been very easy for people to be labeled as anti-national with views which are different.
A nation is made. First of all, a nation comes into place because there is a geographical boundary or there is a territorial integrity or sovereignty to the country. That's one piece. Another piece is the structures and systems of the nation, which is the constitution, the judiciary, the law and what we have, the structures and systems to run the nation. Another is the people, how they feel and emote and what means to them. If you don't take these three consideration and you have some abstract idea of a nation, it's not going to work. It will just not work. You can philosophize as much as you want, it's not going to work. And especially when people question the territorial integrity of the nation or the sovereignty of the nation, then we can as well throw the book. I'm not talking about the Bible or Gita or Quran, I'm talking about the constitution. Because once you question the territorial integrity of what a country is made of, then you're questioning everything. Why can't we question? You can question because your stomach is full, but still 500 million people have not eaten properly. You don't have the capability to provide for them, but you have silly debates going all the time. I think it's time we focus on the people, because nation was made for the well-being of the people, not to do silly debates forever. This is not academics, this is practical life. We made a nation because we are not able to manage one world as a whole. The best thing would be one humanity, but it's practically not possible right now. So the largest piece of humanity that you can handle right now is a nation. If you keep on questioning it, for whatever reasons you have, I don't think it'll work. And these kind of debates are held in well-to-do countries where everybody is well-fed, they just debate in a civilized way and they don't take action about it, they just debate and write books about it. Now you want to take action on the street against what is the framework of a nation, how can you let that happen? Because you have no concern for millions of people who have not eaten properly yet.
My name is Sia. I am a 13-year-old girl. What code of conduct would you tell a 13-year-old child to follow?
How cute.
You're asking… she's the expert in criminal code. She's asking you?
No, she's asking you.
You asking her or me?
No, she's asking Sadhguru, right, beta? Asking Sadhguru, right? Yes?
Okay. No code of conduct. See, we are trying to replace humanity and human intelligence with morality and ethic, which is a very wrong way to conduct humanity. The most important thing is, I want you as a young girl to sit here. Today when you go home, I want to just sit there and look at it. What makes your life? Experiment. Just close your mouth, hold your nose for 2 minutes. You will know, breath is important. Yes? If you breathe, what you exhale, the trees are inhaling. What the tree exhales, you're inhaling. 1/2 of your breathing apparatus is hanging out there, actually. Your lungs, only one part is here, another part is upon the tree. If you see this, do I have to tell you, next time I'm walking by the tree, don't pluck the leaf and go, don't cut the tree, do I have to tell you? There is no need to tell you this. Similarly, in every aspect of life, the food that you eat, the water that you drink, the planet that you walk upon, the people that you encounter, use your intelligence. What is needed is a more sensible world, not a moralistic world. We need a sensible world. Just exercise your sense as a human being. As a human being, you have all the necessary faculty to grow up as a full-fledged human being. I don't have to put code into you to make you into a human being. It is just that if you take codes from other people, you may cease to be a human being. Because there are people who have brought in values into their life which makes them inhuman. You don't take anybody's values, anybody's morals, anybody's ethics. Just as a human being, as you breathe, eat, live, just be conscious and act sensibly, you will be a wonderful human being.
What you just watched wasn't just a video, it was a presence exercise. If you stayed until now, it shows something in you is more awake. Comment on what stayed with you, what message hit you hardest, and share this with someone who also values this kind of conversation. Thanks, a big hug, and see you in the next video.